Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Fuzzy from Fuzzy's Ghost Models here, back with another installment of the dual Wildcat build, coming to you from the Fat Cave. Anyway, just like to get you updated on where I'm at with the dual Wildcat build between the Edward and Tamiya kit, and the Edward one's almost finished. The Tamiya one took a little longer because I buried myself in resin updates and other things for it, but it's coming along. It should be done within the next week or so. So I'll just before we get any further, I just want to thank Bob Grimster for all his help with doing some research on this project. I wouldn't be able to get it together as much as I could without his help. And I'd also like to thank Mr. Ralph Ford for his generous support of the channel. Appreciate your support there, Ralph. Thank you very much. So let's get into it. So you see on the bench here, I've got the two of them next to each other, side by each, as they say down east. And yeah, you can see the Edward Wildcat is pretty much finished. I've got, basically I have pitot tube to put on, and the antenna wires, and I'm going to get to the antenna wires in a second to talk to you about how or what I think I'm going to use. But anyway, this has been a beautiful project so far. It's a great kit. What a great kit. Like I said, I've got 5 more of them to build, and I'm a little nuts, I guess, but should be able to knock off the Edward ones pretty quickly. I think my next one is going to be an F4 that was painted in some of the North Atlantic markings. So we'll see what if I can bang one of those off real quick. And I'm just going to move this aside. And then of course the Tamiya one with the wings fold set put in it, and it needs a lot more work. I got to pull the canopy off here and put the control stick in and the gun sight, and then I also have the hook on the back, the arrestor hook, and of course the antenna mast and the wires, right? And so I'll zoom in and show you some of the, I've done pin wash on all of these kits, so that's what it looks like. Very happy with the way it looks. Got some nice these are the Tamiya decals as well. They snug down really nicely, and yeah, so very happy. The Edward decals, I'm still working on a good method for that, but there being a new method of doing it with peeling them off, it's going to take some time. So anyway, for the antenna wires, I have some of this Easy Line Fine, and I have some of this same kind of stuff, but it's from Ushi, and it's 1 thou thick. I'm having a hard time seeing it on the bench. It's so fine. I'm gonna zoom in here, and okay, so there, I'm gonna move this aside. So there, I pulled a little piece out there of the Easy Line, and I will, hang on a sec, I'll pull this Ushi stuff out, and you can see the difference. Like that's pretty freaking crazy how thin that stuff is. Like, that is probably it's obviously closer to scale thickness, but whether or not I can actually see the stuff and get to it, I don't know. Like, there's a hobby knife X-Acto next to it, and yeah, it's tiny stuff. Like, it's really fine. I trying to see it on the bench. I'm gonna have to pour some extra light. My wonderful BenQ is not going to be enough, and my spotlight for shooting video and that, I'm going to need some extra light, and maybe some better glasses too, because it's going to be a challenge. And yeah, so I'm going to try the Ushi stuff first on the Edward one, because I think if I can make it work, it will look really cool. So that's the plan anyway. Yeah, so they're going to look really good together, and especially with a couple extras going next to it. And from here I got to finish once I'm finished these, I'll post another video and we'll do some nice close-ups and some round shots, and maybe have some questions or whatever. You put them in the comments and I can respond to them. The Edward kit is much nicer than the Tamiya. The fit's better just because it's way newer molds, and the detail is much finer. So it's been a real pleasure. The one complaint I have with the Edward kit, and let's talk about it right now, is the machine gun barrels. They were molded all separately. They're all about, I don't know, 4 or 5 mils long, and there's 6 of them because the F4 has 6 guns. This only required 4, but Edward didn't. They could have slide molded some holes in the ends of the barrel. Like, not a lot to ask. They do it all the time with all kinds of other stuff. And I don't know if they want to sell you an aftermarket set of machine gun barrels and they haven't come out yet, but it would have been a nice touch to add that on. It would have finished it off. I'm gonna have to see if I can even get a drill in that small to try and put a little hole in there. But that's my only real complaint with this. Oh, but while I have you here, there is some, if you plan on building this Edward kit, where are the instructions? I wanted to let you guys know that there's some errata. All right. Okay. So right here on page 10, where it tells you where to put the light and the antenna mast, it's backwards on the instructions. The antenna mast should be here and the light should be here. Okay, so make sure you know what you're building, because that's the way it should be. So pay close attention to that. All right, that's kind of a tricky thing. If you're not familiar with Wildcats and all that, then you might end up with a little bit of a boo-boo if you reverse them like the instructions tell you to do. But anyway, that's all I have. That's all I have. It's a real short video today. Again, thanks for everyone for watching. You can help the channel out by hitting the subscribe button, hitting the like button too, or dislike. If you disliked it, tell me why. Leave me a comment. If you're planning on building one of these and you have a question, ask me in the comments and I'll get to it on the next video. You can go buy me a coffee. Go to links in the description. That really helps out. I love my coffee too. And that's about it. Just a quick one. And we'll see you again next time. It's Fuzzy signing off from the Fat Cave. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.